Senator Seward.
Mr. President, I rise in support of this legislation. There is no question that the high price of gasoline and diesel fuel is killing families, businesses, and is having a very negative impact on our state's economy. And this is a problem that's much larger than New York State. It's a national and indeed an international problem and phenomenon of what we're seeing in terms of these high prices. And we in New York State, when it comes to the price of petroleum products, we are looking at a situation where so much of this is beyond our control. We cannot do anything about worldwide consumption in some of these emerging economies like in China and India. We can't do anything about how much oil is produced by the OPEC nations. We cannot do much other than talk about the lack of federal government action on this issue. But there's one thing we can control in New York, and that is the tax on gasoline and diesel fuel. And that is what this legislation is all about, taking some action in an arena that we can control. This legislation provides, admittedly, short-term relief. It's a Band-Aid on a larger problem, but it is relief, meaningful relief for working families, businesses, truckers, all those that need to travel throughout this state. And coming from an area that depends very heavily on tourism for our economy, this legislation will be a big boost for our local economy, as it will help people to afford to visit central New York and throughout our state. Now, some people talk about the loss of revenue under this legislation. I say if we don't move forward with this type of legislation, we're really going to see losses of revenue.
Senator. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You get my point, Mr. President. I vote yes.
Certainly do, and you got my point, too. Okay.